I think it's important to challenge your team and put together a team that's willing to get outside their comfort zone. And so constantly challenging them to grow and learn and them to develop leadership skills also.
So I think I think you led by example so much in that, like, you were always growing the people on your team and being active about it and intentional about it. If I am the owner, I'm really worried about, and I find myself constantly worrying about, like, the customer experience or whether or not things are happening, then that always kind of led back to a leadership issue to me. Yeah. Because if I'm pouring into my leaders, then they're going to naturally pour into their teams. Those teams are going to go out and serve the customers. And so it almost always comes back to a leadership thing. And so a great leader is somebody whose main number one focus is somebody who's pouring into their people.
Yeah. I think a good way to do that is to make it a priority to have time with each person that you're leading, so you can get to know them, what their goals are, how can you help them, reach their individual targets or their personal targets. I always wanted leaders that worked for me that were not only willing to work on the business, but to get personally, whether it's relationships, their wealth, their health, was a big thing that I always wanted to be a good example for, but challenge them to be better people in their own lives, and then they became better employees because of it.